Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanine. This is only the beginning. That's right. People haven't seen anything yet. The future is so bright, you're going to need sunglasses, in my humble opinion. But yesterday was fantastic. Magnificent. Muy linda. But that was just one of the floods. Like I've always been saying, things happen in degrees. That wasn't an ending. It was a beginning. And many times, the ending of one cycle is the beginning of another. This one, a much greater cycle. The utility hasn't even kicked in yet. You saw what happened in a few hours yesterday? That was nothing. The other day and all the other things that have lined up since the last bull run to this one. We've been right about a lot of things, haven't we, everyone? We're going to be right about more. When those banks step in, then you're going to see magic. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But let's begin here on CoinDesk.com. By the way, one of our best subscribers, Asti, showed me visual proof that trading has begun on Coinbase. XRP has been relisted on Coinbase. Shout out to Asti. Philip, one of our other great subscribers, said in the comment section, I believe we have a lot more to go, a lot more ways to go. And yes, we do. Once again, I reiterate, yesterday was only the beginning. Oh, the bank coins are going to shine. Did you see the articles that came out today? I'm going to be making a members only video showing, discussing why the future is so explosive. The people underestimate even now. You hear that thunder? I don't know if this is a noise canceling microphone. Did you hear that thunder? Right when I started speaking, there was thunder. Holy smokes. The forces are backing me up. Forces of nature. But hit that join button down below. Join the members only section. There'll be some interesting videos coming out next few days. Because a lot of people have begun talking. Powerful people have begun talking. They're telling. And you know what's interesting? We can skip this whole chapter if you want to and get to the articles if you like. They begun talking after XRP got clarity. What does that tell you? Hey, not here to convince anyone. I'm just sharing my opinion. Now, let's get to this article here on CoinDesk.com. It says trading with XRP ballooned in the last 24 hours. Which if it did that in 1 day's time, because of this announcement, imagine what it's going to do when the banks step in. All that XRP flowing around. However it's going to be used. And I like to reference payment channels. And in payment channels, you can only use what? XRP. What's the best thing that they have on XRPL right now for moving money all around the world? XRP. In what mechanism? Payment channels. Yes, look that up. Can you even imagine when there's trillions flowing? People were excited and took massive profit over what happened yesterday. Can you just let that just blow your mind for a minute? Just imagine the capital when those payment channels begin to be used. Automated market makers, all these brilliant things, tokenization of everything. And we're getting closer and closer and closer. And now that we have this doorway open, oh, yeah, the doorway is open. Oh, yeah, folks. We kicked it in. Oh, yeah, we kicked it in. The house is ours now. It's time to play. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway, propelled by a euphoric price rally. If that was euphoric, then I guess we're going to be in heaven then. When the real surge begins. You don't have to believe me. I'm not here to convince anybody. I'm simply sharing my opinion. That's all. People took major profits anyway yesterday, so they're going to do what they want to do. You don't control what the people do. Not when it comes to bank coins, you don't. But when those banks step in, oh man. Anyway, so major crypto exchanges that embraced trading of the token after partially favorable court decision on Thursday. It was 100% favorable towards XRP. The Ripple thing is completely different. We'll handle that over time. I mean, they can always circumvent certain scenarios by just allowing the companies to get XRP off the secondary market. That's it. That's it. I mean, there's another way to do that, but I'll let them sort that out, right? I don't want to put that out there. There's a lot of different ways I've looked at that could be favorable towards Ripple. It says the trading volume of XRP pairs on centralized exchanges grew by a staggering 1,351%. Once again, just think about when that utility kicks in. Yes. It's something I want to say so badly, but I can't right now because I'm saving it for the members only video. It goes with this. They know. They're telling. If you just look at the articles today, right? Skip a little bit of the FUD and you know, skip a lot of the articles that are very celebratory. And you're going to find some that you see people are telling now. Anyway, about what's coming in the future. But I'm saving that. Hit that join button down below. Join the members only section to support the channel. Why not? Look how far we've come. Look at all the good we've done. Anyway, the spike came as XRP skyrocketed nearly 100%. At one point on Thursday, XRP was recently trading at 73 cents, still up 51% from a week ago. You know what's beautiful? Let's skip here to another article. What's beautiful now, XRP is a currency, right? Coinbase already has XLM as a currency. And some financial body in New York had said XLM was a currency also long ago, right? So now you have XRP as a currency. There's nothing stopping anyone from using XRP right now. That's unbelievable. I'm thinking about it in terms of companies. And Stellar, oh my word. You can start talking and pushing XLM again as a prime mechanism. You're going to need it badly to move that money cross borders, because I'm telling you right now, BRICS Nation is not going to have any of that USDC. And oh my word, I have an article. You know what? That one's going in the members only section as well. Oh, we have a lot to discuss. Oh yes, times are looking good. Everything happens in degrees, folks. If you like what's happening now, you're going to like what's happening in the future. That's all I'm saying. It says here, this is an article on U.Today, and it's titled, "Are on-demand liquidity XRP sales deemed securities now?" Like I just said, I said this before. There's ways around that. Like, you don't even have to answer that question, but I mean, they're going to battle it in court anyway. It says here, pro XRP blockchain researcher Leonidas Hajalozu, my apologies if I pronounced that wrong, has tweeted a question related to the recent verdict by the Honorable Judge Annalisa Torres, that the one that made XRP partly a security, partly not. No, XRP is not a security. It's the scenario that she was saying that could possibly be that. It says Ripple's chief technology officer responded, voicing the position of Ripple Labs on the issue. What's the legal status of on-demand liquidity XRP sales now? This is something that's going to need clarity as well. It says, as reported by U.Today earlier, Torres ruled that Ripple's XRP sales made to financial institutions are to be deemed securities. It sounded almost like she said it for ones that happened in the past. Am I correct in that, or am I wrong in that? Like, just, I know a lot of people are very informed on this channel. Just let me know down below. This is like a team effort here on this channel. But that's the way I read it. And I may have read it incorrectly, that the past sales of some sort, there were specific types could have been security sales or something like that, or were security sales. Let's continue on here. It says, however, is programmatic sales or other distributional sales and XRP sold by Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson are not. Hajalozu tweeted that according to the date at his disposal, Ripple stopped its institutional sales of XRP as they were placed with sales of on-demand liquidity XRP. Here, a question arose. That's a little bit confusing. Here, a question arose as to whether all XRP sold by the blockchain company in question to its ODL service are now deemed securities. I don't think that's what the judge was going for. I don't think it would be that. But let's say they wanted to grease the wheels of on-demand liquidity. The banks and companies could just buy it from the exchanges. All Ripple has to do is just sell their XRP on the market, right? And then the companies just buy it off the market. Loophole. That's the way it looks, right? I mean, secondary sales are not security sales, right? I don't see the problem there. And they have more than enough money if the banks wanted to. And here's something very interesting and something people need to be on the lookout for in the next year or two. If the banks wanted to, it's not that difficult to buy all the XRP off the market. It's really not. They could just buy it all up if they wanted to and just use it within their closed ecosystems. They don't have to get the permission of Ripple to do that, right? They just need infrastructures. And there's a variety of companies that could set up XRP infrastructures. Then they just buy everything up, running that price up, and a lot of people would be priced out. That's something I definitely keep that in the back of my mind. But anyway, so CTO David Schwartz responded to the tweet. He wrote that Ripple's legal team is currently busy clarifying this question. There you go. So I'm going to wait to hear a little bit more from them. I would love it if, and they probably don't have time for this, but I would love it if Harvard Law would maybe take a look at this and maybe they could once again, you know, elaborate on what they think about this. They were right and we were correct in the first instance, right? Okay. So I would love to know what they think. I don't know if they're going to actually take a look at this. Maybe we should shoot that over to them and, and put that in front of them. And who knows, maybe some activity will occur from that. Says he confirmed that at the moment, Ripple does not sell XRP in relation to ODL with a US nexus. So there you have it. I don't understand the problem. There you have it. Says, however, not being able to do that does not seem to be a big deal for the company. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a big issue. However, Ripple can still conduct on-demand liquidity operations in the US as long as Ripple does not itself does not issue any XRP itself. There you go. Yeah, they could just buy it. Like I said, they could just buy it off the market. It says US Nexus means financial operations in a foreign currency with any US dollar denominated transactions or clearance through the financial system of the US. Yeah, okay. So we understand that. But this is actually what David Schwartz said. He said, we're still figuring it out. We don't currently have ODL related sales with a US nexus. Okay, they iterate what they said at the top. All right, so now listen, I'm going to leave that off there. There's a little bit more here. Once again, that's on u.today. Make sure you check them out. Let's move on here. Once again, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. So this article here is from cryptodaily.co.uk. Shout out to everybody in the UK. All right. Appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate everybody around the world who's tuning in. Thank you for being with me for so long. You know, we're going to continue to bring you the news and try to bring you some good energy. And I appreciate your good energy. I really do. So it says here, Ripple has come out victorious over the SEC, triggering a market surge not seen in a long time. There's more to come. More to come. The momentous win sees XRP become the first crypto with regulatory clarity. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, muy lindo, mi gente. It says, and may be the catalyst to end the ongoing crypto winter. It says July 13, 2023 becomes a date that many investors and people interested in the crypto market will remember. Yeah, they all should get a little bit of XRP. I better not say that. I better not say that. Let's not say that, Mick. This is not financial advice. Don't buy XRP because I just said that at all. All right. I'm just a humble researcher. Oh, let's not influence anybody at all. I don't ever want to be called an influencer. Judge Annalisa Torres of Southern District of New York handed a partial win over the Ripple Labs after his 3-year-long battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Crypto industry gets a win amid regulatory crusade. Listen, we're going to get to an article at the end here. I believe I have one about Algorand, and it's a potent one. I told everybody, once XRP gets clarity, all the other bank coins can play. Their use cases are so similar. There's no reason to even battle them. They're just going to reference what happened in the Ripple case, and they're going to dominate the SEC. It's over. It's over for them. So Algorand can play. And the way that they set everything up, Algorand is in a great position. So now we're going to get to this article here on Cointelegraph.com, and it's titled, Can XRP price hit $1? Watch these levels next. And this article begins as such. XRP price almost doubled after Ripple's legal win against the US SEC. But can its rally continue after nearly reaching $1? Well, yeah. Listen, it's going to go way past $1. That was in one day. In one day, it went that high. Give it some time. It's going to have healthy volatility, healthy pullbacks. Nothing major. The use cases haven't even come into play just yet. Utility, banks, the big businesses. Says now, and then keep in mind, now that it's a currency, who's not going to lay hands on XRP? You think BlackRock is not going to openly lay hands on XRP? Knowing how powerful XRP is and what its use case is? You think Vanguard might not? Wisdom Tree? All these. I mean, listen, the future is going to be very interesting. These next few months, years are going to be very fun, in my humble opinion. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be ups and downs, sure, but nothing like what we faced before, I don't think. We do also have to watch the economies. The economies might do terrible, but I think that does very well for the bank coins, for the new financial system, because they're going to need it. And now that XRP is a currency, they're telling. I have to pause sometimes. I'm about to say something, give something away. I'm saving it for that members only video. It says here, on July 14th, the XRP price retreated by about 10% to 76 cents. But compared with its lowest price the previous day, it was still up 65%. All right, let's see what they're talking about here. It says at its highest in the last 24 hours, the XRP USD pair reached 93 cents. It reached 93, really? I didn't see that. I wasn't watching the charts the entire time. Okay. Says its best level since December 2021, just shy of hitting the $1 mark. Says a whale-backed XRP rally. Certain indicators show that XRP's ongoing price pump may not be just a short-term reaction to positive news for Ripple. What was positive news? They keep saying Ripple. It was more positive news for XRP, right? The XRPL can operate with or without Ripple, but we want to see Ripple be successful. And they are a key part to a lot of different things, especially setting up infrastructures. But XRP does what it does. But let's say this here. The people know what XRP's use is. It's for the banks, wholesale CBDCs, trillions of dollars. If those trillions of dollars are not moving just yet, then XRP is not where its potential can be. Sure, yesterday was a great run. There are probably going to be more great runs. That was nothing compared to what is to come. Big money knows that. And big money is very patient. As you saw, patience wins the day. The people that stayed in, the people that had their XRP, they've been, I don't want to say they've been and make it a guarantee, but a lot of them have taken disgusting profits. They scraped some off the top. They made some money. Patience wins the day. So now let's continue on here. It says, for instance, the duration of XRP's massive pump coincides with its trading volumes reaching a 10-month high. Meanwhile, the number of XRP whale transactions, while it's holding more than $100,000, climbed to their best level in 2023, suggesting that the wealthiest investors back the XRP rally. All right, it says, quote, if key whale and shark addresses are increasing their supply going into this pump, then it is a get foreshadowing. I think they mean great. It is a great foreshadowing signal that the pump may just be getting started. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the beginning. Even they know it. The pump may just be getting started. Let that DXY get weak again. Watch what happens. That money going to come right back in. It says, and it's a sign of good things to come, unquote, stated Brian Q, an analyst at data analytics platform Sentiment. So it's reputable. Furthermore, the XRP price gains come in line with a rise in the supply held by entities with 100,000 to 10 million token balances. The big money backs XRP, and that's nothing. All right, bright future, bright future. So now let's get to this article here. It's on kitco.com. All right, one of our favorite sites. Usually they give us a lot of good news on gold. But this article here is titled, U.S. will be forced into a CBDC to keep US dollars reserve currency status. This is huge news, folks. If the US has to come out with a CBDC, and I told you all FedNow wasn't it. It's not. If they have to come out with a CBDC, they're going to need something in the middle in order to interact with the BRICS nations' systems. Now the XRP is a currency. Those panels that they're on, those tasks, or the Faster Payments Task Force, the Faster Payments Council, come in handy now because it's a currency. So they can use this universal currency, XRP, to move capital between United States and BRICS nations, especially because the BRICS nations coming out with their common currency. But they have a currency that they can trust. It has clarity. They have a great relationship with Ripple, so they're already familiar with XRPL infrastructures. This is going to be huge. This is one part of where we're talking about possible trillions moving through XRP at some point. Listen, it's going to take time. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but let's read this little tidbit here. It says the Federal Reserve is about to launch its new FedNow service, allowing banks to transfer money instantly. But what many describe as just back-end plumbing for real-time payments could be a slippery slope to, it says, to a, quote, evil central bank digital currency, according to Rich Checkin, president and co-founder of Asset Strategies International. Says, I'm a big fan of FedNow, but I don't like its slippery slope. Okay, he says the same thing they just said. Says, quote, this is not happening tomorrow. This is what I'm trying to tell people. But the cornerstone is being laid, and now is the time to look at whether we can structure them in a way that is more suitable for freedom. Well, a lot of people are going to make a lot of money off that CBDC also, while also maintaining their freedom. Says a CBDC could be inevitable in the U.S. due to the rising pressure on the greenback to remain the dominant reserve currency. Quote, and this is what I'm trying to tell people. If the U.S. does not come out with some sort of digital currency, CBDC, they're finished. They're finished. That FedNow is nothing. No one's going to use it. They need a system that can interact with BRICS nation systems or systems around the world. They need interoperability. They need traceability, right? They need so many different things. Smart contract capabilities. Says there are 130 countries exploring the CBDC, and they'll be left behind technologically speaking. They just, as of right now, they just can't do it. Sure, there's a lot of reasons to dislike a CBDC. I'm not pro CBDC. I'm just pro taking the bank's money. That's all. Says, and the U.S. doesn't want to be left behind. I was just saying that. If they don't, they're left behind. They will lose a massive amount of power. Says, quote, that's a real concern for our leaders, unquote, he noted. The U.S. has benefited from being the world's reserve currency, with the rest of the world buying American debt. Quote, it has a big impact on our standard of living. And if it goes away, our standard of living will suffer, unquote. I'm glad that this expert is saying this. I've said this before, and a lot of people will refute what I'm saying, that it is not about the dollar going to zero, but it being greatly diminished. What does that do to the price of everything that you pay for? What does that do to your paycheck, your way of life, to have the dollar be greatly diminished? If you have the U.S. Treasury Secretary saying that the dollar is dying, that's what she said. Take out the slow. She said the U.S. dollar will decline slowly. I mean, decline, right? Decline slowly. Take out the slowly. The U.S. dollar will decline, right? And the slowly part is her opinion. The BRICS nations is working to decline the dollar quickly. They're trying to back their currency with gold. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It says, and with the de-dollarization trend gaining speed, and this is where a lot of that capital is going to come from, new financial system will save them. They don't have it yet. Why don't they have it? Because they're not fully capable of putting it all together. This is why they sought out Ripple. This is why they sought out the advice of Algorand. Remember Algorand, right? In partnership with MIT, and don't forget Made in Labs, all that research. Why didn't the government scientists and all these experts do it themselves? Because they never innovate. They take innovations, which means what? A lot of those infrastructures will be supported and connected with a lot of these private industry companies' infrastructures like Algorand, Ripple, et cetera, et cetera. This is what the Bank of International Settlements was trying to tell them and continues to tell them. But let's continue on. Trillions are coming. It's just a matter of time, in my humble opinion. It's my humble opinion, not financial advice. But I believe trillions are coming. And when trillions flow, what's it going to do to that price? It says, quote, there are two things that we're doing that are driving people away from dollars. We're mismanaging the dollar and we weaponized it, unquote, he said. The West, okay, we don't need to get into that part. Goes into the negatives of CBDCs. It says, quote, if you control the money, you control the people. True. It says, and there's no doubt in my mind that a lot of central banks around the world are looking at this as a means. Okay, so he goes into a lot of that we already know. Let's continue on here to another article, all right? So now, this one was about the liquidations. I just wanted to show that there was massive profit taken. Of course, you already know that. This is from newsbtc.com, but it confirms what I said. Like at certain price ranges, there's going to be a lot of volatility. People are going to scrape some off the top. Crypto liquidations crossed $300 million amid massive market recovery. And this is just within a day's time. So listen, yes, I believe everything happens to degrees. There's more explosions to come. But this is why you have to make decisions on your own, because a lot of people are going to say, well, diamond hands it. No one can tell you what to do. That's the point of me covering this. No one can tell you what to do. I have my mind made up about what I want to do. Let's say I scrape some off the top or I diamond hands it. That should not affect what you do. Because let's say I don't know your circumstances. No one does. So you might need that money to pay bills, or you might need that money to store away maybe, or invest it somewhere else. I don't know. No one knows, right? So it's very important to make firm decisions for yourself. I know that sounds like, oh, Mick, we already know that. But let me tell you something. There's many people out there. They look towards other individuals in order to make decisions. I'm just saying that that's very unsafe. So whether you hold or whether you sell, just make sure you can sleep at night and it's a decision you make on your own, right? Because these people took massive profits. Says the last 24 hours have been more interesting for crypto investors across the globe. Thursday, July 13th, saw one of the most important lawsuits. We know that part. Let's skip that part. It says, as digital assets across the space recorded double-digit gains. A lot of assets exploded. It says, liquidation volumes climbed quickly, now clocking over $300 million. Holy smokes. Crypto short traders taking big losses. The high volumes of crypto liquidations in the market so far have been a result of price recovery. As such, the vast majority of traders who have been losing money have been short traders. That is, traders who are betting on prices falling rather than recovering. According to data from CoinGlass, out of the over $300 million in liquidations, short traders made up a total of $219 million. On the flip side, the volume from long traders was much lower, coming in at $82.74 million for the same 24-hour period. This means that short traders made up 70.33% of all liquidations during this time, as long traders made the most money. Let me read that again. Long traders long traders made the most money. Further, over 86,000 traders saw their positions liquidated on the last day, but the single largest liquidation happened on BitMEX exchange. This position was worth $2.82 million at the time of liquidation, taking place across the XRP USD pair on the exchange. People made lots of money, lots of money. It says, as expected, Bitcoin led the liquidation volumes during this time. That I'm not interested in. It says that title was claimed by XRP traders this time around, with a total of $62.17 million liquidated in 24 hours. Holy smokes. All right. So now let's move on to another article here. So this article here is from U.Today and it's titled, Ripple Lawyer Claims SEC Theories Can Be Challenged. So SEC may be taking even more losses, and I don't mind. Stuart Algorand, legal representative for Ripple, implied that non-institutional crypto sales may be immune to certain Securities and Exchange Commission claims. I agree with that. I think that's pretty clear. It says this followed a recent court ruling which Algorand highlighted in footnote 20 suggesting the SEC stance could be significantly subjected to a fair notice defense. This came on the back of a ruling categorically defining Ripple's XRP token as not a security as per law. Crypto advocate John Deaton also weighed in on the ruling's ramifications. Contrary to many legal interpretations, Deaton clarified that the court didn't reject their fair notice defense outright. It merely dismissed its applicability to institutional sales. Consequently, defendants might be able to argue fair notice for other types of sales, such as secondary sales on exchanges, potentially altering the future of SEC enforcement actions trajectory. Deaton's interpretation was supported by Algorand, who hailed the decision as a monumental victory for Ripple and the larger cryptocurrency industry. So the SEC, I'm skipping a little bit here. The SEC's lawsuit against Ripple has significantly influenced the global crypto industry, instilling uncertainty about the regulatory status of numerous digital assets. All right, so we're going to leave that one there. That's very interesting. Just keep using all precedents set to defeat the SEC at every turn if it is necessary. We're going to end off here today, everyone, with a little bit of Algorand news. All right. So this one is from zcrypto.com, and it is titled Algorand CTO reveals future of the popular blockchain and new features. Let's hear what he has to say. So it says here, Algorand, a state-of-the-art pure proof-of-stake network, is introducing innovative features that differentiate it from traditional proof-of-stake networks like Ethereum or delegated proof-of-stake networks like Cardano. Shout out to Cardano. They have a bright future over there. According to John Woods, Chief Technical Officer at Algorand. In a recent Twitter video call, he explained that Algorand's pure proof-of-stake mechanism incentivizes individual participation in consensus and decentralizes the network by disincentivizing pooling. In pure proof-of-stake, an individual is randomly and deterministically, I messed that word up, deterministically, like what's going on with me today, selected from the entire set of stakers to validate and propose the next block, creating a more decentralized and secure network. I can't wait for Algorand to make a run. Oh, I can't wait. It's time, Algorand. We got a little bit of clarity. The use case is very similar to XRPs. Oh, yeah, I think the SEC is going to have to back off. Almost time to play, baby. Almost time to play. Says Woods emphasizes the importance of security in blockchains as the technology's consensus mechanism is the heart. Algorand's security model relies on having at least 80% of the declared stake online during block production to prevent network disruptions. To ensure decentralization, Algorand encourages a diverse set of stakers geographically and computationally. The concentration of stakes on a single machine increases the risk of network failure, so large stakeholders are advised not to run staking nodes with more than 50 million algo. So let's skip that one here. It says the next section is titled Working Towards Incentivizing Stakers. Okay, let's read that one. They have a few articles here, a few sections. So make sure you check out zcrypto.com if you want to read the rest of them. We'll end off here. It says to enhance network security, Algorand Foundation temporarily brought more of its custodial funds online, despite the operational burden. The move increased the amount of algo staked, representing around 23% of all the Algorand in circulation. However, Woods acknowledges the need to prioritize organic stake from the community and reduce the foundation's stake to achieve a more decentralized network. Woods discusses the plan to incentivize consensus participation in Algorand, similar to how stakers earn rewards in other blockchain networks. Oh, that's interesting. It says the foundation is actively exploring ways to incentivize consensus and working on easy to run nodes and potential participant earnings. Woods believes incentivizing consensus will encourage organic stake growth, diversify stakers, and enhance network security. Let's see what else they have here. So we're going to stop there. They have a lot more, actually. But things are looking good. The future is bright. I hope you're all doing great out there. I'll say that as many times as I possibly can. Just spread that good energy around. Hopefully you're receiving it. And now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? Now I have to go and record the members only video. All right. So hopefully I'll see you over there. What are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.